why is it important that we do this online Crystal Skull conference coming up?
Osh is showing me, remember that Osh is very closely associated with lightning. And he's saying that this conference, the purpose of it is to break through the so-called glass ceiling where crystal skulls are concerned. Lightning will be used as part of that process. And as I'm assuming that lightning will not be used by Osh alone, but by all or many of the skulls who are present for the conference to actually crash through it. That is the word they want used, crash through the glass ceiling so that skulls become more readily recognized, valued, and accepted.
Welcome back to New Realities. This is part of my ongoing series about crystal skulls and the upcoming Crystal Skull event. I'm here with Cindy Smith, and she is a keeper of skulls. She's also called the Mystic Oracle. How'd you get that name, Mystic Oracle, Cindy?
I was sleeping one night, and 3 times they came to me in dream time, told me that I am a mystic oracle. So I had to look it up the next day. And it turns out that a mystic oracle is someone who believes that it is possible to change direction, to change the outcome of your journey.
Mm-hmm.
And you do that through your belief system, through your words, through conscious intention, someone who teaches that. And I do teach that with their assistance.
Well, talk about your skulls now. You can move the camera down a little bit so we see these amazing. Wow, where did you get the? Wow, these are incredible. Are these stone?
They are jade. They don't necessarily look like jade. They were, when they came out of the ground, they were very heavily calcified, but because we touched them so much, most of the calcification has worn off of them. 3 of them are still very heavily calcified. Kirby Seed, one of your speakers, one of your presenters.
Yes.
We got Osh, my husband and I got Osh from Kirby
Mm,
in 2004.
mm.
And when Osh first came to me, he told me that his name is spelled KH apostrophe OSH, that the KH on the front is the sound of lightning. And since most of us cannot pronounce the sound of lightning, he told me to call him Osh, and he allowed me to Americanize that to Osh. The
Uh,
other 5 that you see here were purchased by a friend of ours, brought in by a friend of ours. So um, only Osh, um, in legal terms, belongs to me. The other
right.
5 do
But
not.
so these are fantastic, and they're all jade. All 5 of these are jade skull.
They are all jade. They are basically identical. The difference in the skulls are artistic. Some of them have 2 rows of writing on their head. Some of them have 3 rows of writing on the tops of their head. 2 of them have 3 rows of writing.
Wow.
They're
What is
all
the language it's written in? Do you know?
No one as yet has been able to identify the language with absolute certainty. Therefore, no one can tell us with absolute certainty what the writing says.
Right.
Now, a
Yeah.
few years ago, my husband and I were working in Kansas, and a good friend of ours did an in-depth meditation with Osh.
Mhm.
Osh told him that this says, "I am God that is." A couple of weeks later, we were working in Nashville.
Mhm.
And on Saturday night, I dreamt that I kept trying to draw Asha's face, and I am not an artist. And every time I would try to draw his face, it would morph into an ohm, which to
Mm.
me matched up with I am God that is. I
Wow.
would like to understand why some have 3 rows of writing and some have 2. I
Mm.
don't know the difference yet.
Mm. What's
Hopefully someday
what's
they'll
the
tell me.
what's the thing under the nose signify? Yeah.
Um, One time when we were working, Osh had me step away to the table from the table, and I was, of course, being human, I was like, and go where? Where am I going? What am I going to do? So when I stepped away from the table, I went into another room and sat down. And when I sat down, he began to show me every part of his face, every part of it. And all I remember now is that it happened. I don't remember anything that he told me, but I believe that people have told me that the close set eyes are indicative of a being that lived in water at one time. And Osh told me they did originally live in water and they evolved to walk on land. I believe that when they were in water, these were feelers. And when they evolved to walk on land, these became tusks.
Oh, wow. So tell me, we don't want to give everything away because this conference is coming up soon, but how do you work with these skulls? What's your practice?
Um, I started with only Osh. I have had him alone for several years, and my discipline was to be able to connect with him, talk to him, work with him, no matter where he was, no matter where I was. So I spoke to him constantly, talked to him constantly throughout the day. Um, and it's been an amazing process because when you work with them, you are forced to walk in faith because so many times there's nothing out here in the world to externally verify the information that they are providing to you. You have to take it in faith. And it's very interesting to watch this bizarre thing that they tell you sometimes unfold in the physical world. It's really interesting to watch that. So, my discipline is to receive information by hearing, feeling, and simply knowing, hearing, seeing, feeling, and simply knowing, because I don't want to be limited.
So you heal, so you working with people and then you hear something and then you work with them that way. Is that it? You're kind of tuning
Osh
in.
told me when he first came that he wanted to sit with groups of people and give them the opportunity to ask him questions and he would answer through me. We started doing that in 2005 and I thoroughly enjoy it. At the end of 2009, he told me those are called wisdom gatherings. And I thought, well, of course they are. So uh, the way it works for us is people come and ask questions and they answer through me. They came in dream time in 2016 and told me that I have a new job and a new name. My new job, I love this. I thought this was hysterical, is to receive and deliver messages for the agents in the field. And I don't know if we are the agents or if they are the agents. And
Both.
then the name that they gave me is She Gives Voice. So I am their voice. I don't channel them, I'm their voice.
Great. No, I love this. So I have a question for Ash. Um, is it important we do this? Why is it important that we do this online Crystal Skull conference coming up?
Osh is showing me, remember that Osh is very closely associated with lightning. And he's saying that this conference, the purpose of it is to break through the so-called glass ceiling where crystal skulls are concerned. Lightning will be used as part of that process. And as I'm assuming that lightning will not be used by Osh alone, but by all or many of the skulls who are present for the conference to actually crash through it. That is the word they want used, crash through the glass ceiling so that skulls become more readily recognized, valued, and accepted.
So the glass ceiling is that people still are not working with these tools. Is that what, and we're breaking through that.
Not only not working with them, but in many cases disregarding or even dishonoring them. They're not recognized as having value.
Uh-huh. So what's, if people are watching this online event, then how could they work with these tools for people watching? Yeah.
Well, many of us, myself included, sell skulls that have been with the ancients so that you have that opportunity to bring into your life, into your world, into your realm, a skull that has spent time with them. Um, but if that opportunity is not available to you, if you cannot purchase one that has been with the ancients, worked with them, then you have to walk in faith also. It's your job to open your mind and your heart to trust the information that they bring to you and then honor that so that you can watch it unfold in the world, which is great fun.
Great. So I have this little skull. Will they be able to be a transmission between those skulls and this little one, which is an agate?
It's very interesting to me because Oracle rarely ever speaks. It's
Uh-huh.
very rare for her to speak in the wisdom gatherings. And
Yeah.
she is very interested in your skull. And she is beaming, I'm sorry, beaming
Wow.
connection to him, energy to him. And he is extremely receptive. And he's placing much of that in a pattern within you, primarily in the chest region. But there is also a pattern of this energy being placed in the back of your own skull. So your connection with him will be extended beyond its current realm,
Uh-huh.
and you will begin much more in-depth work with this skull.
Well, it looks like lightning on the top of the head there, so that's interesting. I mean, if you see that, I have my screen on, but
Oh, I
yeah,
do see it. I do see it.
yes.
Yes.
Being in association with those skulls activate other skulls.
Yes.
Wow.
The
Okay.
energy
Yeah.
extend. There used to be a really great photon picture of skulls that were together at a conference. And you can see with the photon camera the energy rise up out of the two skulls and begin to whirl together. I'll have to look for that information if I still have that about that photograph that's several years old, but it's
Yeah.
fascinating.
Wow. One more question. What are you going to be talking about when you present at this conference?
Hopefully there will be those tuned in who want to ask their question and allow the skulls to answer, because that is their role, their job, to impart their wisdom to the world. If not, I will be talking about how they came, their individual tendencies, their individual work. Um, so there may be a blending of those two things about the six of them individually, about their work and answering questions.
That's fantastic. Cindy, I don't want to take too much of your time. I appreciate all this work. Are you open to a possible live conference that we would do maybe next year?
I would be very interested in
Or
that.
Cindy will be at the speaker at the online Crystal Skull Conference happening October. Yeah, Saturday the 27th, Sunday the 28th. Cindy and her friends, these beautiful jade skulls, will be part of that conference. Can we see your face again for a second, Cindy? Thank you. If people want to do readings with you, how do they get in touch with you? Like,
Um, Through
are you,
email,
what's the best email?
the one I gave you. I don't.
Oh, mystical, or okay, I'll put it
Yeah,
on.
CAS Mystic Oracle at
Okay.
AOL.
Okay. Thanks for taking the time to be here. We'll try to arrange your schedule and we'll be in touch. Thank
Thank
you so much.
you, Alan.
I think you have a
Bye-bye.
real gift because this is a direct communication with these beings.
Very direct. Yes,
Wow.
it is.
It must
Thank you for noticing.
it must always surprise you how direct it is, isn't it? Surprising?
It is surprising, and still, sometimes when I'm done, I have to have protein
Yeah.
because of the energy exchange. Yes, it is surprising still and thoroughly enjoyable.
And it's a great gift you're doing, so thank
Thank
you. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for watching here with Cindy Smith and her beautiful skulls. And I'm Alan Steinfeld. See you at the upcoming conference. Thank you.
Thank you.